Welcome to Token Topics, everyone. XINFIN XDC is the topic of this video. Huge things have been developing with the XINFIN community. We're going to go over a new Bitcoin and XRP bridge on Wand Chain and other bridges that are developing. We will also look into TradeTech built on the XDC network. Very promising and big things coming to XDC holders. Even though TradeTech is its own token, of course, it will impact the XDC network. So we're going to go over that, some other information. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Invest at your own risk. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in. I have a special DCENT wallet announcement. I'm very excited about this. I'm a Cosmos fan. So Cosmos network is now integrated with DCENT wallet. Cosmos is an ecosystem of independent blockchains that can connect with each other via the IBC Inter-Blockchain Communication Protocol, which enables exchange of assets and data across different blockchains. The goal of Cosmos is to create the Internet of Blockchains, a network of blockchains that are able to communicate with each other in a decentralized way. Pretty impressive. Cosmos hopes to build an ever-expanding ecosystem in interconnected decentralized apps, services, opportunities into DeFi, games, metaverse, and more. It's very simple to add the account. All you do is just add the account, type in Cosmos. You'll see it right there. I'm going to put the link to this information down below. There's been a lot of exciting and interesting things happening with the XINFIN XDC community the past couple weeks. Let's go ahead and recap and dive in. Keep in mind, everybody, you can follow me on Twitter at Token Topics. Let's look into this new TradeTech TradeTech. This is very impressive, very important for the ecosystem. The launch of TradeTech's TradeTech opens a whole new asset class to investors with more investors. SMEs will have increased access to the capital that they depend on. And this is from Andrej Kasterman himself, that the TradeTech makes trade finance assets accessible via the public decentralized XDC network. This signals the start of shrinking trade finance gaps as SMEs can benefit from new sources of funding such as retail and institutional investors. This innovation, powered by both TradeTech and XDC network, contributes to the vision of TFD initiative, which is to make trade finance a liquid investment class. Very, very bullish news for XDC holders. Somebody was asking, does this mean that XDC is not going to be used because now they're going to have the trade token? Not at all. In fact, it's built on the XINFIN network. Keep in mind that XDC itself is a value token and the main token on the XINFIN network. The TradeTech is an additional token built on the XINFIN blockchain. If anything, this is going to help the value of XDC and the whole ecosystem grow. Not to mention it's going to get the name out there a lot more. Now I'm going to play a clip from Christoph Gugman from Crypto Airy. He is the founder and CEO of TradeTech, and he's going to explain a little bit about trade finance and a TradeTech.
And so this blockchain technology is really solving a lot of problems, but we're going to focus on trade finance. So just explain to everybody, what is this sector? Because this is pretty new for the retail investor.
Yeah, it's true. Trade finance, though, is nothing new. You even had it in kind of like the Italian merchants. They started with trade finance, so it's not a new concept. But by and large, it's something we probably all familiar with. If you are selling a good to someone and you're providing payment terms of, let's say, 60 days. Then that means you're not going to receive the money, although you have delivered the good for 60 days. If you do need the money, however, you will be able to take that invoice from your buyer and go to a bank or a non-bank finance provider, such as a factoring company, and you will get a partial or kind of a discounted value of that invoice right then. That means someone else steps into that financing agreement and then obviously hopes that the buyer, your buyer, will eventually make that payment. And this is a massive, massive business. And if you look at kind of like everything which you touch, you use, has been subject to trade and has been subject to finance. And the WTO, the World Trade Organization, estimates that about 80 to 90% of all transactions are subject to trade finance. So it's kind of hidden, but it's everywhere. Few pain points. Trade finance per se has been overwhelmingly financed by large banks, and in fact, only by a few banks. So if you look at kind of the total market, and you mentioned the 10 trillion, I think that's the projection for 2025 or so. So yeah, pretty much 60% or so of that volume is funded by 25 large banks. So it's very, very concentrated. Now, the problem is that there are also changes on the way banks have to account for their capital. And without going into kind of like the complexity of bank regulation, but it becomes less attractive for banks to fund trade finance. It's a very low risk asset class because it has a close link to the commercial transactions. Again, coming back to kind of like the seller and the buyer we had before. Obviously, you continue as a seller, you continue want to sell to your buyer because you're making a commission on that, or you're making some money on it. So you have no interest, for that buyer to default. What the banks need to do is they need to find ways to have capital markets and retail to participate. Now, capital markets, these are large pension funds, insurance companies, large asset managers, which are professional investors and always are looking for good assets and yield. Looking now to get access to these bank trade finance instruments. The problem which we had so far is that you have tens of thousands, millions of these small receivables. These could be amounts of £10, $10. A million, but these are very granular pools and they keep revolving. So there's a lot of, if you want to do this on an Excel spreadsheet, it's pretty much not possible to do it in large scale. So what we are doing is we are automating these workflow processes. And that means that we now have, in an off-chain world, we can process lots and lots of these instruments and make those available in a repackaged form. And we come to the repackage in a second. That's obviously the tokens, where we can now provide an easy investable instrument and make it accessible to anyone, retail, but also larger investors in the crypto space.
Excellent. That was a great breakdown right there. I'm going to put the link to that full video down below. Now on to some excellent news, very exciting news that WanChain has been working on bridges with the XINFIN network. They created a bridge for Bitcoin, also a bridge for XRP. Very bullish. It also gets better. Now Bitcoin can be sent through the new messaging standard, the ISO20022, which in a way is making Bitcoin compatible. This is from XINFIN official. Now perform cross-chain transactions of Bitcoin and XRP on the XDC network via the latest bridge from WanChain. It doesn't just stop there. It gets even better. Impel adds Bitcoin to the ISO20022 financial messaging standard on the XDC network. This is extremely bullish news that Impel is pleased to announce that Bitcoin has been added to the ISO20022 financial messaging API as optional collateral for making payments. This addition enables Bitcoin to be used in the instant settlement process for traditional banking service and other organizations that utilize the new ISO20022 messaging format. Keep in mind that that means that these international bank transfers can use Bitcoin. Not only that, but that money the value has to flow through the XDC network. Very bullish for XDC. Very bullish indeed. That's exciting news. So through its collaboration with Demo and WanChain, Impel's user base can move Bitcoin from its native network to the XDC network as a wrapped digital asset called the XBTC, referred to as an XRC20 token, which is an XDC token. Both Demo and WANchain aim to make the blockchain ecosystem completely interoperable, one bridge at a time. Excellent. Moving along here, just let my listeners and viewers know that voting is now open for FF News Fintech Finance, the 2022 Fintech Finance Awards. You can register as a judge. I'm going to put the link to this down below. XDC Network and TradeTech have been nominated in the blockchain and partnership category. Moving along, I just want to recap for my listeners and viewers something that happened 6 months ago that is very bullish and exciting for the XDC network. And that is Kinesis exchange that's going to allow the tokenization of gold and silver assets on the XINFIN network. This is very bullish, and if you've been subscribed to the channel, you know I've been talking about a lot about precious metals, the new monetary system. These are just the puzzle pieces that tells me that this is going to be an enjoyable experience in trading gold and silver backed assets on the XDC network. Impressive. Bullish. But keep in mind that there's newcomers always jumping on board. I'm going to put the link to this down below, but Kinesis Money partners with XINFIN and Ready's cross-chain bridge to develop a thriving digital asset ecosystem. So Kinesis will first list XDC and XRC20 tokens on the Kinesis exchange, providing XDC holders the ability to trade against precious metals, which are fully allocated physical gold and silver backed tokens, which hold real world utility for saving or spending as global currency. You know, it doesn't just stop there. I also want to recap with my listeners and viewers about Metablox announced the launch of Metaverse project on the XDC network. So they already have the Metaverse underway as well with Metablox. Just want to highlight here that the project uses a blockchain technology that aligns with diverse needs of users, such as everyone in capture. Whether they want to choose a skillet network or enjoy their time, Metablox has created a unique ecosystem and introduced a space where users have the ability to create, own, and monetize their experiences. This is by means of Metablox native utility token deployed on the XDC network. That is definitely another token to keep your eyes on. And you can put metablox.com in the description below, the fastest growing and most trusted metaverse. All kinds of great information there. Inspired by the real world. Interesting. As you can see there, built on XINFIN. To keep your XDC safe and off the exchanges with the DCENT Biometric wallet. It's what I personally use to keep my XDC safe. It's very user friendly, especially if you're on a mobile device a lot. It's easy to access and easy to use. Purchase it through Token Topics and receive a special discount. I'm going to put the affiliate links in the description below. That's all I have for the video. Go ahead and put your thoughts, your comments down below. I want to say thank you everyone for watching another edition of Token Topics. Please do hit the like, share with friends and family, get them on board the Wealth Transfer, get them knowledgeable about blockchain. If you're an XRP fan, XLM, XDC, Quant, all kinds of great different blockchain projects I go over on this channel. I also go over the whole monetary system, gold, silver, and more. I want to say thank you everyone for watching another edition of Token Topics. You all stay safe out there.